at all. What is his... Oh, he had no energy for a scan. All his, only one command center has orbital command, and the other ones are all planetary fortress. And Micro has 3 carriers right now, and 7 void rays. So he's got a pretty sizable air force, and he is making more carriers. And and Meat is sticking to Marines and siege tanks. I'm not sure if Meat saw Micro's carriers. I know he saw void rays, so he is going to stick to the Marines. But mass carriers is definitely something to be worried about, especially if you saw it already. I'd start making some Vikings or something like that. Or actually a ghost would be awesome. Get rid of the shield. I don't know why Meat hasn't made a ghost yet, because he could actually sneak some ghosts in and start nuking this plan. There's actually, he's got a couple of protection there. So actually, I think he just recently did that, though. He did not scout out this area here, but moving in here, Meat is moving in, slowly leapfrogging with missile turrets to push forward, and that is a whole lot of Marines. Wow, 4 tabs full. And Micro is working on the mothership with more carriers, leapfrogging with the siege tanks. Though he should push these siege tanks back. Getting a bit too close there with his workers and with his Marines. There, he's going to move in, and Storm does go down on those Marines. These Marines do not have combat shields. Oh, actually, combat shields just got done right now, and still no stim pack. So I don't think this is a pretty good push. There is no scan for these Dark Templars. There we go. Now these Marines are going to try and move in here, but I mean, 5 carriers and 7 void rays still. I don't think these Marines are enough without... Oh, actually, he does get stim pack here, but these Marines would go down pretty easily since he does have 5 High Templar here. They would easily sidestorm this, all of these balled up Marines. It'll be very easy for Micro to push out here. I'm not sure what Meat is doing. He's still massing Marines, even though he does see that Micro has Templar and carriers. What is going on? Definitely, I mean, if you have the next tier units, start making the next tier units. Don't stick to the first tier. I mean, you can use first tier units to just soak up the minerals or just to fill up your supply when you need be. But otherwise, look how effective the Sidestorm is on all these units, on all these Marines here. Micro biding his time, picking off Marines, and the siege tanks are moving forward here, but it has no vision, and Mothership does finish here, and this is not good. There's no Ravens for detection or anything like that. There's no scan going down at all, and all these units are going to be picked off. Meat's army here is going to get decimated. A late scan, but there's no point, because with only 5 Marines moving here, or around 10, this army is way too huge for an army of that size to handle. And oh my god, how many carriers does Micro have right now? Looks like 8 carriers. And this is way too much. This is way too huge of a air force to deal with for Meat right now. And Meat working off of 180 supply versus 158 supply, and Marines moving in here with stim. I believe this Air Force is still way too big for these Marines to handle, especially since he's only got 1 orbital command to have scan right now, and he has to rely on this missile turret. And all these Marines stimming into their death with the Sidestorm all over all these Marines. He lost so many Marines to these Sidestorms. And these missile turrets here giving vision. So many little fighters from these carriers right now. These Marines are shooting all over the place. There is nothing Meat can do right now. He is getting steamrolled. Let's speed this up here a little bit. This Archon getting a little too happy moving out, and he does live with 14 HP. Oh, no, he's gone now. And Micro is going to take out these rocks for some reason. Probably just let his, actually I don't see any, I don't know why he's taking out those rocks. I don't see any ground forces here. But otherwise, Micro is going to be moving towards this expansion here. He does have a ball of Marines here, and these ball of Marines are probably going to take out this mothership. Micro needs to turn around and take these units out. And the mothership is going to live. Oh, no, no. He's going to meet Sable. Oh, no. Barely making it out there with 32 HP. And Micro only has 8 carriers left. Only. Meat here in big trouble. Still balling a bunch of Marines. Marines is not enough to deal with all these carriers. Look at all these. Look at all these units. Not even 6 missile turrets can handle all this nonsense. This expansion is going to be wiped out. Meat trying to secure another expansion finds out that Micro has this expansion, though it's not well saturated, and Ball of Marines is moving in here. Micro not paying attention, not moving around these carriers, but he's actually sidestorming all these Marines, and these carriers are just sitting ducks to these Marines. And there he goes. He probably lost a couple of carriers there, and these Marines are going to run off. Probably did a good amount of damage. Well, carriers aren't cheap, so that Ball of Marines probably makes up for itself for those 2 carriers. But right now, I mean, he's just shooting the carriers' little units, and is not really doing much, and these side storms are obliterating these Marines. There is nothing Meat can do with just Marines. I don't know why he hasn't made any Vikings yet. What is the deal? He's got so much economy, he's got so much gas, and he's not using it at all. What is going on here? He's totally mined out in all 3 of his bases here. He's only got this base is almost mined out as well. He's spending all his minerals on Marines. Look at this. And these Marines not paying attention, getting side-stormed right on top of these Templar. Oh, Meat was doing so well with his gas deal. Now he's just falling out. Look at all these Raxes. With so many reactors. He's got 2 of them with a tech lab. Where is Marauders? Marauders could stand through that, stand through his High Templar, no problem. But the biggest problem now is his Air Force. His Air Force is way too huge. Still at 8 carriers and still producing 3 more. And he is getting, and Micro is getting air upgrades right now, and I'm pretty sure he, yeah, he's still got ground armor 1 and no attack upgrades at all. Micro moving in here, gonna take out most of Meat's, well, the rest of Meat's expansions here, and Meat terribly moving in his few Vikings, probably a bad rally point, straight into Micro's army. Micro's easily gonna be able to take all that out. There is not much Meat can do. He is low on minerals now. He's got, I mean, he does have this expansion oversaturated. I mean, pretty well saturated, but just one base is not enough to produce a bunch of units to get back up to over 100 supply. I mean, he does have over, well, actually, let's see how many units he has. He is at 57. I'm pretty sure at one point he was over 97 workers, and that's way too many workers. I think 70, around 70 is good. But Micro is going to be steamrolling through here. So many carriers. There is nothing. 10 carriers and 4 High Templar. There is nothing Meat can do. He's down to 62 minerals, using all his minerals on Vikings. No upgrades at all. So we'll see how this goes here. Actually, he's got the same number of carriers as his Vikings. His Vikings are not going to do much at all, especially with the mothership. And does he have a scan? He does not have a command center with a scan. He does, but he doesn't have enough energy for a scan, so all these units are cloaked. So he has to burn through the mothership before he can burn through his carriers, and these Vikings are not going to do much at all. Sidestorm is going down, though it doesn't do too much damage to air units. Yeah, there is no chance. He was able to pick off that mothership, but there is no chance with this many carriers. Especially now since Meat has no income and he is... I don't know where he got his energy from, but pretty sure he only had one orbital command, and that was at 12 energy a while ago. Oh, he probably used it all his energy on mules. Look at the mule power. He's already back up above 700. He's trying to pick off these carriers, but these carriers are utterly destroying these Vikings. No idea what's going on. He needs to pump out more. He's got over 5,000 gas. He is frantically trying to pump out as many Vikings as he can. I don't know. He should definitely 13 carriers. There is no hope. And Micro is going to drop a pylon here, just warping more units. And yeah, look at all these side storms. All those workers are gone now. He should have GG'd a long time ago. Micro giving here good sportsmanship here. GG scrub. And Meat's going like, hey man, I was going to say it's a good game. And Micro, he does not, yeah, you can see here, he does not like long games at all. Totally raging at this pub, and this pub is like, what the fuck, man? Really? It would have been a more epic game if Meat had a better unit makeup, aside from spamming Marines and walking them straight into their death. Pretty much a rally point into Sty Storms. I mean, he does have a sizable Viking army here, but 13 carriers is going to easily wipe out all of these Vikings here. I mean, sure, Vikings have pretty long range, but they're not fast enough to... I don't think they're fast enough to kite out all these carriers here. Especially since these carriers have plenty of upgrades, while these Vikings have no upgrades at all. Look at how much gas he's got. Over 5,000. Unbelievable. He didn't use any of his gas at all. And since Meat knows that that Micro hates long games, he is going to postpone this game here. He is going to go out here and try to take out as much as he can with these few Vikings that he's got left. And Micro does have another mothership up. No scans at all, so these... Look at all this nonsense here. All these little fighters are making the Viking AI attack them instead. And he still has to burn through the mothership in order to get these carriers, but yeah, look at way too many fighters. Fighters do way too much damage, especially with a big ball like that. They're like a bunch of Zerglings in the air. Look at that nonsense. Siege tanks. He is gonna pick off. He did pick up a couple High Templar, but yeah, this game is pretty much over. I don't know why he's still building. Oh yeah. And look at this. Good sportsmanship here by Meat. Hiding his barracks in the back. And he's going to be flying all his buildings in the corners of the map. Let me just speed this up here. This game is over now. Well, it's been over for quite a while. As soon as these carriers got up, it was over then, because just Marines are not going to handle all these carriers. And, yeah. Just pretty much cleaning up now. Look at this fortress here. Look how long that took. What is that? 8 plus 5. Is that 13 carriers? Took like... Planetary fortress was up for like 10 seconds and times 4 or times 2 on 15 carriers. Not 15, 13 carriers pounding on it. Planetary fortress are beasts for tanking. And Micro does see these Raxes, and he is going to send them all to hunt down those Raxes. Meat not giving up, trying to hide all his Raxes, but Micro is going to be hunting on all these buildings here. Well, that was a pretty hilarious game. Meat could have done so much, had so much potential, because his economy was so much better than Micro's, but sticking to one unit combination, well actually not combination, just sticking to one unit type is not good enough. You have plenty of units, so I don't see why not you just make a bunch of different units, because a mixed combination will be harder for your opponent to counter. And yeah, well, aside from Mass carriers, rips.